Starting early today, but this isn't really about the boys. This is something really amazing that I received in my inbox this morning. This is part of the other breakup that I'm going through from my 24-year relationship, which isn't with a person, it's with a lot of people. I want to read something that I got because this is really something that somebody took a lot of time and heart to put into. And I think it does a really good job of encapsulating me and who I am. Outside of all the silliness and funny stuff, I mean, this is it. I'm going to chop it up a little bit because I have to leave some things confidential. So I'll try to scroll through those or whatnot. But this is me. To whom it may concern, I've had the privilege of observing Christine's work across multiple roles during our overlapping decade. Throughout that time, Christine has consistently distinguished herself as an exceptional advocate for her associates and peers. When we first met, Christine managed certain associates while I coordinated certain associates' schedules. Our roles often represented competing business priorities, yet I was immediately impressed by Christine's ability to advocate for her team with both passion and professionalism. In the best ways, she frequently inspired my team to reach for more creative, thoughtful, and compassionate solutions. Christine possesses a remarkable ability to coach and uplift those around her, even during the most challenging situations. I witnessed this firsthand while she was interviewing candidates for a role and made the difficult decision to turn down a close friend of mine. Despite the sensitivity of the situation, Christine delivered the news with the utmost compassion and provided remarkably thoughtful and effective feedback. My friend took that feedback seriously, grew from it, and earned the role a year later. She then entered the role with far greater confidence and success. Christine transformed a moment of disappointment into a meaningful and actionable learning opportunity that had a lasting and positive impact. Beyond her day-to-day leadership, Christine has been a powerful advocate for the neurodivergent community. She leads with courage and authenticity in both formal settings and everyday interactions. I will never forget the first time I witnessed her advocate openly about the neurodivergent experience in the workplace. She shared her perspective with a rare combination of vulnerability and confidence about her experiences growing up neurodivergent and how it had shaped her professionally. Her example inspired me to become more open about my own experiences and passions. In many ways, her example helped me grow into the role I have today by demonstrating the power of openly bringing neurodivergent passions and strengths into the workplace. Christine is an inspiring leader, not only in highly visible moments, but also in quiet, often unrecognized interactions. She's a respected leader, not only from those who report to her, but also among peers. I have full confidence she'll be a tremendous asset to any organization fortunate enough to benefit from her leadership, empathy, and dedication. Yeah. In the quiet, often unrecognized interactions. Because I always do the right thing. Always. And sometimes that's really hard communication. You can tell from my communication style, I'm a direct communicator and I say it because I care. Because I think that when you tell people honestly what's getting in their way or what your perception is, you open the dialogue and you help them see something, and it's a gift. And then I believe very strongly in building a very big support system and safety net beneath them after you've done that, right? So if you're going to give somebody tough feedback, then you want to be there to help them if they are going to work through it and come out the other side. You are there, you are a safety net. And at the other side, when they come out brighter, I celebrate them more than anything else. Because that is the human condition. Because we can improve. Because we all have difficulties and challenges and adversities in our lives, right? But if you want something, you can get it. And a lot of times it takes having people on the side, who inspire you, who talk to you, who cheer you on, who sometimes tell you maybe what you don't want to hear in that moment. But those are the people. And the reason this happens, and the reason it can happen in just, when I'm reading this, I don't even remember the event when I turned someone down for a role. And that's a horrible thing to say, but it's been such a large part of my role for many, many years. But my authentic self does that with such grace, and I give meaningful feedback. I don't give just, whatever, we went with a better fit. I give meaningful feedback, and I give people pointers and tips for how to get there next time. I tell them what went well, what the opportunities were, how to leverage their strengths, how to then capitalize and work through those opportunities, and how to come through it on the other side. I do that. I've always done that. That's just who I am. I am so emotional right now. To be seen like this has been happening. This has been happening a little bit. And it's a really nice way to kind of come out of this experience. I mean, because there is definitely some day-to-day chaos that's just icky that I have to get through, and I've got to just get through it. But this stuff, like, this is the stuff that's like, hey, I see you, like, all of you, and your 24 years, not just this moment where you're a number on a spreadsheet, right? But who you are and the impact you've had. And this is just one person. This is just one person's observation. And I've also probably had not great impact. I know that, right? I've learned a lot over the years, and I've learned from the mistakes that I've made, and maybe the times when I wasn't doing the quiet things quietly. So I know I'm known for talking and having a lot to say, and this big, powerful voice, and this fearlessness of advocacy, but I believe it because I'm somebody that has benefited from it. I have had people in my corner for years that are cheering me on and helping me to know that, like, opportunities are limitless, and, like, you don't have to stop chasing things. You may be neurodivergent or have a mental illness or have, again, any kind of adversity, but, like, you have it within yourself, and there are these little communities where you fit, where they cheer you on and they help you and they invest in you. And I'm a member of that community. I always will be. And it's just really beautiful to see somebody else in that community who's benefited, and who I'm a light. And I think, the people that find that challenging, and I think there are some people that don't want to change, or are not pushed to advocate, or don't see the opportunities in their own behaviors. They don't like to be asked hard questions. They don't want to be seen when they're not ready. I've been there. It takes a remarkable amount of self-awareness and work to get through your biases that we all have, and to find the core of yourself and to challenge yourself to be better. It's hard work. I've not always been perfect, and I certainly won't continue. I have a lot of work to keep doing, but this is who I am. And so I may be that loud voice that you don't want to hear, and I may be asking the hard questions that you don't want to hear, and I may be pointing out the junk box in the kitchen that needs to be cleaned, because if you clean that, everything else is much easier. It's maybe not the project you wanted to focus on, but it's the one that needs to be focused on. And I know that someone like me faces a different kind of adversity, but I believe in it, because you make the world a little bit better for those coming up behind you, and you make things safer. And even if I don't always benefit from the things I do, maybe somebody else does. So this is just the most touching gift I could possibly receive. And this is my 24-year relationship, and I think this week's going to be a little bit like this, where I celebrate all this beauty and all this impact that I've had. So thanks for letting me do this.